What's up next?
What shall we do?
The locker room scene.
The locker room scene?
Yeah,
No,
do
come
it.
on.
You're good at it.
No, we're not going to do that
Come on,
here.
you can do it.
No, these
Come
kids
on.
can't handle the locker room scene.
Yes, they can. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you're Bilo, you're 14, you're Thomas, you're 14. Do a locker room scene, you guys. You can do it. Woo!
Hey.
Hi. The locker room was the greatest place on earth! Oh well guys, this was a short scene, what we normally do in So, we're from the theater production company, it's called Live Your Story. One of our shows is called Homo Monologen. Well,
in Dutch it sounds better than English.
yeah, so that's why we won't translate it, because otherwise you get like all this gay monologue thing, and that's not what we do. So our show is really about like being in love and what kinds of types of love there is in the world. So that's what we do on schools. So we're going to high schools, and we're normally with like 6 of us.
Yeah, each show is
Yeah.
with 6 people.
And then we have like different people with like different stories to tell. So
Yeah.
it's normally that it's not our own story that we tell, but there's a different kinds of types of stories about people who are in love.
Yeah, and what you just saw is we tried to reenact one of the scenes, and normally it's in the middle of the whole show, so it makes sense. So for you, it might be a bit like, well, but we have 15 scenes. This is only one scene, and it happens to be that we do the scene in the actual act. So that's why we thought we could show it for you, and we had Sahar to like help us out with reenacting it. And yeah, as Tade said, we do different kind of stories, and they're all related to gender and sexuality, and yeah, we go to secondary schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
normally what we do, we have like 1 hour to do the whole show, and after that we're doing a workshop about this kind of subject. So we're going to talk with the students, like, do you know anyone who's in the LGBTQ plus community, or do you relate to any one of these characters? That's the workshop that we do afterwards. But after we're done on a high school, so after that hour and an hour of a workshop, we're gone. And what is going to happen in the school?
Yeah, and I think let's talk about our goal, what we try to do, and then I think you can mention the case that, or the problem, the challenge that we have for you guys. Our goal is really to make these kids, I mean they're usually between like 12, 13 and 17 years old, to make them think about topics of sexuality and being LGBTQ plus star, whatever, how you want to annotate it. And we come there for a very little amount of time, as Tade just mentioned, and we really want to make people think, but also be aware of their surrounding, of other students in the classroom that might struggle with these issues, people who might themselves struggle have issues, that they actually think about it, are more aware about it in the school.
Yeah.
And that relates to our challenge that we have. Shall I just? So we have two questions.
Yeah,
Correct me if I don't say them right. I think the first challenge that we have is, Tade just mentioned what we do, the play and the workshop, how we can improve this experience in schools. Maybe we can add on different things, or just improve it, because it's a very short amount of time with a big message. And the second challenge is, and I have to get this right, is how can we make it more how can we improve our messaging in such a way that it actually sticks around, that schools actually do something with it,
Yeah.
and that the theory, so what we talk about it, actually gets put into practice, so that schools actually do something about, you know, awareness of gender issues or sexuality.
Yeah, and especially how can you measure that? Like, we're going to a school and we ask the school, like, did you heard anything about what we just did, or do they talk about it? And it's either positive or negative. So, but what is really going on? How can we know what's really going on high schools?